Boogety Boogety Boogety, JB. We are back after Memorial Day weekend, fast and loose. Episode 12. He's fast, I'm loose. Had to bring back my guy Ryan Blaney, rocking the number 12 on the desk. We're a little bare on the desk this week, JB.
A little bit,
I've got
man.
some news to announce. I'm going through a divorce.
Oh no! So the wife's getting half of everything.
No, I'm trying. I think I actually would be the one getting most of the half, but no, I mean, I have to joke. I'm in the process of moving right now, so a lot of my stuff
is true too.
is currently like packed up and I'm making its way from one residence to another. So I'm currently a little light on the desk right now. Not light in as far as like what we have in our decor, but as it's being moved back and forth, do have we have on the desk, the staple Dale Earnhardt rug. We got our guy Ryan Blaney, episode 12 up here, and then something that was gifted last week from my guy JB. We got my first ever Funko Pop.
First ever. That's so crazy.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt, baby. And I saw in the back too, they have a couple other NASCARs. You can collect them all. They got the Chase Elliott rocking the Hooters as well. That's nice. Bubba Wallace rocking the Dr. Pepper. Then Kyle Larson, as always, he's always rocking the HendricksCars.com. So he's rocking the HMS. So, but this weekend, JB, a lot of motorsports going on.
A lot of racing over the weekend, man.
Not only was it the CocaCola 600, but the Indy 500.
85.
Actually, first time I've actually fully watched the race too.
Really?
Yeah, I never really have taken that much of my time and attention and given it towards the IndyCar. But I was like, you know what? I want to watch the full day of racing and see what Kyle Larson's going to be doing. Obviously, he didn't get to make it through both races.
No, he did not.
But nonetheless, it was a fun race. Alex Palau, who these guys are going to be here next week, JB, for the Detroit Grand Prix. He's won 5 of the first 6 races on the season.
Really?
He's a 3-time IndyCar champion. It's his first oval win. It happens to be at the Indy 500. A crown jewel, the pinnacle of the of the IndyCar. So not only was it his first win, but the biggest win. It's like getting your first NASCAR win at the Daytona 500, more or less.
Hey,
and he's dominated. Basically, they're already talking about like him getting this oval win, getting this Indy 500 win, being so early in his career as well with success he's achieved. He could be up there, as one of the greatest racers of all time in the sport. So very excited to see, more of, what IndyCar has to offer as we get to dive into more of that, JB. The Grand Prix coming this weekend. So
that is true as well.
Hell yeah. And then NASCAR at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the CocaCola 600.
Coca-Cola.
It was a great day of racing, I thought.
It's a very long day of racing. A very long day.
Admittedly, JB, I started to doze off after the third stage.
I mean, I could see that happening just because, like I said, if you're watching racing from literally, 11, 12, all the way until the Coca-Cola 600 ended, geez, that is a long day.
I was working too, so I was just like...
Oh, factoring in work too, yeah.
Yeah, so just trying to work, trying to watch the races. So, it was a fun day nonetheless. But yeah, I was fighting to keep the eyes open. I did doze off a little bit, and then I woke up hearing the burnouts from Ross Chastain, who ends up...
The Watermelon Man is back.
Yeah, the Watermelon Man. Our guy D-Mac was talking about him. Shot him out last week. So he didn't rub off that luck on Kyle Busch, but he did rub a little bit off on Ross Chastain, who in the backup car wrecked it in practice. Went all the way from 40th to 1st. And... I saw this post on Reddit, JB. I wish I had my phone. Like I said, I forgot it. But they were kind of dogging Trackhouse Racing. Like, is this the bottom of? Is this rock bottom?
Trackhouse.
It was really can't. They were talking about all of the qualifying positions. Like, this is where everybody's starting at on the race on Sunday. And Chastain obviously started in 40th, but that was, I think, due to because he wrecked in practice, had to go to the backup car. I'm pretty sure that's an automatic. You just start from the back of the field. Yeah. And then I don't think anyone else really qualified super well. Like they were in the 20s and high 20s, low 30s, but nonetheless, they end up winning the race. And I thought it was funny. I was scrolling through the thread, just reading what people were saying, and then as soon as the race was over, I went through my Reddit history, I found that, and I was like, where are the haters at now? I was like, because I just thought it was funny. And OP went back and they were like, yeah, I mean, I'm not hating, I just thought it was something you wouldn't want to share as far as if I was the PR social media person on Trackhouse.
That's fair.
But it's fair. You never know. You ended up posting that, before the race, and it's we didn't have a great starting position, but it doesn't matter where you are on mile 0. It's a 600-mile race. It matters where you are. Mile 600. And William Byron, he was at the front for 273 laps. He won 3 stages.
he couldn't hang on to the end of that as well too. I also wanted to add that not only was Ross Chastain running the backup car, so was Kyle Larson as well, because he had a wreck during practice, I believe, but they were so close to their shop, they went and got the spare car, brought it back, but yet his team was working on it all overnight. Literally got maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep before they had to report back that next day. So shout out to his team as well too. But man,
yeah, dude, the teams behind these drivers, like they put in a lot of work, and that's like where people talk about like, oh, they just drive left. It's like, dude, there's so many people doing so much work behind the drivers,
behind the scenes.
Like, and it's technically like be advanced beyond a lot of what like I can comprehend. So it's, you know, the aerodynamics, the science, the engineering, like some of the, like sometimes even some of the words they use, I'm like, I've heard of this before, but I don't know.
I have no idea what it means or how it relates to this.
Yeah, I'm like Jesse Pinkman, like, yeah, science. But JB, some of your thoughts on the race? I mean, obviously we were just hearing a little bit about it, but like William Byron, he led 273 laps. I mean, he got overtaken with 6 laps to go. I think it's like a mile-and-a-half tracks, like the last 9 miles of the race. He's staring at Ross Chastain's bumper after leading for so long.
It was so rough too, because both Byron and Denny were going like battling back and forth, and then I remember them pitting a little bit to kind of refuel up, and
they're on the same pit strategy.
Yeah, same pit strategy. I don't know what happened to Denny. I think something with his car, and he was trying to reserve some fuel. He
ran out of gas.
Oh yeah,
yeah. When they went in the pitted, the second can didn't. They didn't get any of the gas in, so they didn't have enough gas. He had to pit. He ran out of fuel. Yeah,
that's what cost him, man.
Dude, Carson Hocevar, do you see what happened to him? He was running so good, and you could hear how much Junior likes him, because the whole broadcast he's just like talking about Carson Hocevar, and.
You know he's got a thing for him.
Yeah, and like no problem with that. He's a Portage, Michigan kid, so shout out Carson Hocevar, man. Hoping we get to maybe meet you at MIS, but
yeah.
I mean, I was bummed out because he's starting on the front row, like second. He comes out second in the pits next to Denny Hamlin on the restart, starting stage 4, and fucking engine blew up. It blew up on it. It sucked, man. He was running so
bad
good.
Luck.
It was really rough.
It's a little bit of bad luck, and also I believe it's turns 3 and 4 were a little bit rough for a lot of the drivers. So that's where a lot of the wrecks started to happen and started to pile up. Just swerving off, like I think the surface was just a little too bumpy, as they were saying on the broadcast.
They say it's a really bumpy track. It's one of the older tracks. And Kyle Larson, I mean, not only did he get wrecked out of the Indy 500 on lap 92, but he was leading. He overtook William Byron early in the race, and then he was leading for a good chunk. And in stage 1, all of a sudden, just spins out.
That spin, I don't know what it was.
I don't know. And then Alex Bowman ended up spinning out a little bit later in the track. You can see a couple other guys getting loose, getting tight, bumping into each other, running up the track. Well, yeah, I think that was like
Blaney Larson, Daniel Suarez
Briscoe
as well.
Was in there, yeah. So that sucked for them. Larson ended up getting hit on the end of that. Like he sees smoke, he goes left, he says, down on the apron in the front stretch, and all of a sudden here comes Daniel Suarez swinging back, just momentum carrying him the other way, and clips Larson. He's in the grass. That's the end of his day. So like he ended up getting crashed out of both races. They didn't get to finish. So
that's rough. That's a lot of pressure to take on, especially you're over here in Indy, and then you got to take a private jet all the way to Charlotte to kind of finish off your race weekend. It's like it's a lot to deal with.
The race started late too, the Indy 500, because of the weather and stuff that. They started late, and then they started under yellow. Like when they went, I didn't realize they did this in Indy, which I actually kind of like. Instead of like, they just like kept going around the track. They never really stopped. Like once they started, they'd slow down if they went under like there was a light caution for sprinkling, and they slowed down, and they were just doing like pace laps with the pace car out there. But then once it dried out enough, they went back to racing, and like it just never. I was like, damn, I kind of like this continuous flow of the racing. It was no stages or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like it was fun. IndyCar surprised me a little bit, so I'm excited for the Grand Prix this coming week, JB.
Shout out. I'm excited as well, too. Before we move on to some things, I got to get your take. I don't know if you've seen it or not. We got the Intimidator up here on the desk. Did you happen to catch the first 2 episodes of Earnhardt on Amazon Prime?
I have not yet. I really need to. It's part of what I'm going to be watching once I get all settled into the new place. But I actually had to start the free trial for Prime just to watch the Coke
What?
600. Yeah, I thought I had it before. I'm guessing I let it lapse, but I also have like I have like 2 emails. I have like my school email from when I had Amazon, and then have Amazon, and then I also have my personal email. So I kind of I'm kind of finagling the system right now using the free.
Do what you got to
days.
do what you have to do.
So I'm gonna get to watching it, but right now it's I'm kind of like staring at my watch like Kyle Larson was in his Indy car. I gotta get this move taken care of because I don't really have any days off, but I got a lot of shit to get taken care of. So
I completely understand.
We're figuring it out. Shout out to my dad. He's helping me out. We're both gonna be kind of taking a day this week to just get shit done. So.
That's what you need. It's just one good day, and then boom, knock out everything.
100p. But what do you want to dive into next, JB? You want to dive into our car of the week yet?
Did you want to do
the past gas crash?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
If you got one of those, I don't know.
I'll let you kick us off, my guy. Hey, what's up, Noah?
Hey, what's
up?
Not
much. We're doing our little NASCAR show right now.
I like that Central Hood sweatshirt, man. Shout out. That's what's good. Gas. I gotta go with Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man, starting at near the back of the pack out of this whole thing, and then making his way to the front, then just dominating, taking over those last 8 laps. So shout out to the Watermelon Man.
Hell yeah! Shout out Ross Chastain. Happy to see him get the win. He was looking good. He had a nice jockey Chevrolet, the American flag scheme. A lot of red, white, and blue. A lot of stars and stripes.
A lot of red, white, and blue over the weekend well too. My pass has to go to Kyle Larson. I mean, you had a lot of luck the past 2 weeks. Just this day was not yours, especially at the Indy and then here as well too at Charlotte. I'm sure he was kind of relieved a little bit just to be like, all right, I'm done for the day, so I can just go and relax. But also at the same time, I know how competitive he is, and he wanted to win at least one of these races.
Oh yeah.
And finally, my grass, one Mr. Jimmy Johnson.
Oh.
This is his 700th Cup Series race, and he only completed a little over 100 laps before his day was just done. And it just sucks to see just because of that name and that legacy. So I'm sorry, Jimmy Johnson.
Not even his fault either. He was caught up in the Suarez Blaney accident, I believe it was.
4-car wreck.
That sucks for him. He was kind of like just behind it, and sometimes you're going so fast.
It's a casualty.
When shit goes wrong in front of you, you got nothing to do but just run right into it. So that's just kind of sucks. But yeah, poor Jimmy Johnson. Growing up, I did not like him, JB. He was like,
really?
This
is another guy on your list?
It's not like I hated him, but like my family wasn't Jimmy Johnson fans, and he won all the time. And like when he won 5 in a row, JB. And like, I mean, I'm a Matt Kenseth guy, and like there's other drivers you're rooting for, and like I'd root for Carl Edwards and stuff too. And it's man, I'm a Denny guy. Like I don't mind Denny. I have a lot of drivers I like, and just seeing that run of just every year, Jimmy Johnson. It was tough, man. Like Jeff Gordon, like even though he got some wins as an owner, like he points wise, he rightfully could have had some claim to some of those 5 championships.
That's fair.
But nonetheless, Jimmy Johnson, 700th race. Hopefully, we see him a few more times. I know he's not like fully retired yet.
No.
He's more or less he's helping run Legacy Motorsports. That's his team that he's got. So he's moved from driver to owner. So just like some of the other greats, but
he's got other things in mind and plan. I think he's just riding out this final season.
Hell yeah. My gas. Even though he came in P2, JB, I do want to give that gas to William Byron. He's been fast all year, and I do get shades of Darlington in this race. A dominant performance. Didn't go wire to wire per se, but they were talking about that during the race. They're like, hey, this is something they might have learned from Darlington with like the pit strategy and how to like race the car late and yada yada. And all comes down to the last 6 laps. They end up getting overtaken by Ross Chastain. It was the lap traffic really that did him in, and just getting caught up, dirty air. Ross Chastain able to catch up, get by, and that was all she wrote. So I mean, he had a fast car too. I don't really think like they were gonna catch him. If they would have kept going for.
Oh yeah, they would have caught up to him.
Any more laps too. I don't. He was moving well. The team that worked all night building that car. definitely did a really, really good job getting them in a position to climb from 40th to first. And they did a really good job in the pits too. Like that whole team from top to bottom, like, from, the dude who's ripping off the windshield clear to the driver behind the wheel. They were locked in. So.
You got to give that whole entire team credit.
Hell yeah. I was awesome hearing him on the radio. Like, oh man, we're going to drink so much fucking beer. Hell yeah, we are.
I like the side chatter on the chat as well too.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I wish we could hear a little bit more of that, even though I know they want to keep it professional as possible, because you never know who could be tapping in.
If you listen to Kyle Busch's radio, you know it's never professional. Like, you listen to those driver radios, man, they're letting it fly. But I'm gonna give my pass. To old Denny Hamlin, man. Man. You passed up on the second can of fuel. I know it wasn't intentional, but man, that sucks. It definitely sucks because he was up there. You never know what could have been. He could have snuck this one away from him, but just didn't get the seal closed, or like it's just like a vacuum, like pressure engaged like seal. And
damn,
man, like I said, gonna have to give the pass to Denny Hamlin because he passed up on that second can of gas, not intentionally, but. Just ended up costing him a good finish in this race. And then my crash, you mentioned it as well, JB. It has to go to the guy who crashed out of not one race, but two, Kyle Larson. I mean, hey,
I'm sorry, Kyle.
It sucks.
Sorry, man.
It does. Very good driver, and like you saw how good of a driver he was immediately in Charlotte when he overtakes the lead, is running up front, and then, I mean, you saw cars like deal with it all night. Just that exit in turn 4, that little stretch, just getting loose.
Something about that turn, man.
Pretty sure he spun around in practice or something like that, like not too long ago too. That's like part of why they were in, because you said they were in the backup car.
Yep, they were in the backup car.
So I'm pretty sure that's like the same issue there and same spot. So, Alex Bowman, same issue. That was like in the same area where Briscoe and Blaney and Jimmy Johnson, Daniel Suarez, those cars all got together. So that's where I'm gonna give my crash to for the weekend. Tough, but I mean, Kyle Larson's not hurting for points or anything like that. He's got 3 wins on the year, and
he's
2 or
fine.
3. But yeah, I mean, he'll be fighting for the Indy. I still think this might be his year to lose. So just a little bit of a setback, and I don't want to say it's like a humbling week, but like just a bit of like a just. Not meeting expectations.
Yeah, just got to get back to work. That's all it is.
100%. Yeah. So.
Well, I'll let you take over for car of the week. How about that?
All right, sounds good, JB. There's so many really cool schemes this week, and I feel like part of me feels a little unpatriotic, not just going all
not
American
to just go
flag.
complete.
And I will say, JB, I'm gonna put my arms down, If a certain driver makes a list this week, nothing bad will be said.
Oh, boy.
In honor of the car, in honor of the weekend and what it represents, no slander will be thrown towards one's way. If they so happen to make it, I'm hoping they didn't, but there won't be a visceral hate. So.
I wonder who.
All right, number 3 though on my car of the week rankings. Like I said, this is episode 12. JB, we're shouting out our guy Ryan Blaney. He did have a really cool looking car. That body armor chill, that red, that white, that blue, that black. That I gotta give my third honorable mention to Ryan Blaney. We haven't been showing him enough love lately, and I feel like whenever he's able to finish a race, he's always up there, top 5, top 10. However, it's just some tough luck this year. Not necessarily all his fault. Like, he got caught up in this wreck. He was driving fine, but then he's up on the wall. Someone runs him up into the wall, and then
he got caught in the whole thing. So
Suarez spins out, goes in front of him. Just bummer. Sucks.
It's rough.
And then my second car of the week, my second honorable mention, another driver who unfortunately got caught up in a wreck that wasn't their fault. We talked about this earlier. Carson Hocevar, beginning of stage 4, blows up. Obviously, he's in the front row on the outside lane. So you imagine everybody's trying to go really fast, and this car in front of him just blows up. Bit of an issue. You got all these cars trying to move out the way and stuff like that. Chris Buescher ends up getting fucking hit, spun out, bumps into Hocevar, goes into the front wall a little bit, gets banged up. He had a really cool looking camo camo car. I'm forgetting the main sponsor, but obviously, like we talked about how the reflective numbers, the chrome numbers on the RFK cars are always looking good. And then he had like the camo look on it. It was just like straight up camo. It looked like that car was straight out of like, Iraq, like a Jeep, but like, on the Ford, it looked pretty sweet and badass. So I wanted to shout that out. That was like the one car that, I thought, we had a little bit of the red, white, and blue, the Ryan Blaney, although not quite the whole American theme.
Not fully.
This is more diving into the full theme of the weekend, and then kind of just going straight off into left field.
Lord.
Not really Memorial Day theme weekend theme, but it has to do with what I think is the kickoff of summer. I view Memorial Weekend as the official start of summer, although it's like June 21st is when like you follow the solstices and the equinoxes and shit like that. But right now, like summer has started to me, and there was a car out there running around that I thought screamed summer. It's a one-car race team from Hayek Motorsports, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., the 47 Fun Pops, JB.
The Fun Pops one?
Oh, no. JB, it says Fun Pops in the name. Like how is that not? Is that not on your list? That should be.
It is not on my list. I'm sorry. There was too much going on.
There was a lot going on, but I was like, hey, he had a couple good. He was running good at some point in the race, and like I said, they're a one race team. I thought they needed some love, man. I want to shout out Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And like I said, it's a summer car. That red popped, and again, it's a fun name. The Fun Pops, man. The Fun Pops. So let's hear you kick it off. Let's hear your 3 cars of the week first.
That's fair. I think I know what car you're talking about. I did not have it on my list.
Okay,
it is not on my list. But number 3, rounding out. Hey, what's up?
What's going on, Ryan?
Number 3, John Henry Nemchek, driving the 42 Dollar Tree. It's a little patriotic, a little bit.
It looks good.
Service one, but
Legacy Motorsports car.
Yeah, shout out once again. A little patriotic there with their color schemes as well. Number 2, you brought him up, Chris Bouchard, the number 17, the Bodyguard.
It was the Bodyguard. Okay,
the Bodyguard Ford. Like you said, it was just something straight out of Iraq. The super military, everything about it, and the chrome letters once again.
Oh yeah,
chrome letters make an appearance. Number 1. Josh Berry in the 23 Aero Ford car.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. They look good, bro.
The color scheme on this car, it was very nice, and it's just something about it. Shout out to Aero as well too. The little Wi-Fi connector things, extenders. I used to have one a while ago, but hey, I like it.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of Austin Cindric's paint scheme from the week before.
Yes,
like the tones and like there was like that. Obviously, they have different fonts for their numbers, but I noticed around the number 2 for Penske, there was a light blue trim, and I thought I noticed the same tone and like same trim, although just the font styles and the patterns, the thickness and stuff was different. But I thought I was like, damn, that looked clean, and like that's a nice looking car, especially for a night race, JB.
Just cool colors at night.
Yeah, another car I thought looked really cool. This is in honor of D-Mac. Shout out Kyle Busch. He almost made the list. That in that like neon green and blue, kind of like that old neon Michigan State color with like kind of weird, but nonetheless, I thought that almost made the list. And our guy D-Mac, going to shout him out. Appreciate him coming on last week.
I know. Shout out D-Mac, man.
Hell yeah. But I know we got some of the guys filing in. Noah's in here. We got Ryan in here, so we can wrap up episode 12. We'll look forward to bringing you guys some extra content coming up these next few weeks.
Yeah.
Not only do we have the Grand Prix coming up this weekend, but Fast and Loose is going to be down at the Grand Prix, and then a week later, Fast and Loose down at MIS for that whole race weekend. Looking forward to bringing you some behind-the-scenes race coverage and anything else.
It's going to get crazy.
Oh, 100%. Anything else we can get our hands on, or anyone else we can end up talking to. So
should be exciting, man.
Oh, I am pumped, dude. I cannot wait. I haven't been to a race in forever, and I am looking forward to it, man. So
Fast and Loose, baby.
Fast and Loose. He's fast, I'm loose. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.
What's up, man? She was looking good, bro. I was watching the broadcast for the Indy. She was looking good on the desk with Tony Stewart. I was just like, "Ooh, you can drive. Hey, driver, drive these." I'm gonna do it for real, JB, on the camera. Driver, drive these.
Oh my God! Don't do. Jeez.
That's not going to the show. It's just funny.
Somehow it will end up on a blooper reel somewhere.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guarantee.
I'm not cutting it. You're gonna have to. If you put in that work, go for it. But